Good afternoon, welcome to the Professor Dur Show. Here is nearly 4 p.m. Nairobi, the capital city of Kenya. Hope this Tuesday is going on well today. I want to wish all Kenyans a happy Madaraka Day. This is the day we celebrate when we got our independence. So I want to wish everyone a happy Madaraka Day. We are celebrating our day when we were liberated from the Europeans, the British. The British had colonized Kenya from 1905 until 1964, 63. So we're celebrating over nearly 60 years of independence. So I'm very happy that you have joined us on this day, listen to me on this auspicious day for Kenya, when we celebrate our 60 years of independence. So happy Madaraka Day to all Kenyans. So today I want to talk about the rich man and Lazarus. That's why I have titled this video, The Rich and Selfish Man. Rich and Selfish Man. So in the Bible, this is a Bible story. So Lazarus was a man who had leprosy. You know, those are diseases that people don't want to touch you. He was disabled, so he always just was laid on a bed. So you have leprosy, no one wants to touch you. They think you are dirty. You have those days back in the day. So what Lazarus, the relatives of Lazarus would do, they'll go and pick him and put him near the gate of a rich man, so that when he threw food, the ones that he was throwing for the animals, Lazarus would pick and eat. That's what his people were doing. I'm sure it was not like nearly the gate, maybe a bit far. So when the food was thrown for the animals, Lazarus would pick and eat. So the rich man never even knew who Lazarus was. He would just see him as someone who was sick, who needs to be discarded, who needs to be ignored. So now, time went on for a long time, and then now Lazarus died because of his illness, and then after a few years, the rich man also died. He was a very rich man with properties, big buildings of that time of Jesus and all that, because it's a Bible story. So when they reach heaven, Lazarus goes into heaven. When they reach up here, Lazarus goes to heaven, is welcomed by the angels, is living a good life, is having all the luxuries of heaven. Now when the rich man reaches heaven, he's thrown into hell. So he has to start his burning there. So now he's burning, he sees Angel Gabriel and starts asking Angel Gabriel, please, can I just have a little bit of water? Even just, and Gabriel says, when you are in hell, there's no such treatment. You face hell, there you're supposed to face. So now, as he is in hell, when you are in hell, you can also look at how the people in heaven are living. It's cool, it's quiet, people are doing what they are doing. But in hell, the people in heaven cannot see. But you are in hell, you can see the people in heaven. So he sees Lazarus. Lazarus now is not sick, he just looks normal, he's enjoying his life in heaven. So the rich man goes and asks Angel Gabriel if you can tell Lazarus to just give him a small water so that he cannot feel the heat of hell. But Angel Gabriel says no, he cannot do that. Then after all, the rich man goes back inside, thinks again, goes back to Angel Gabriel, says, okay, if you cannot help me, tell my brothers, my sons, my children who have inherited my wealth to change their ways and treat people well. Treat the less fortunate, the poor, and share with them everything they have. Angel Gabriel says, no. They read the scriptures, they hear the preaching of the priests down there. They should follow do what is right. The rich man pleads, but Angel Gabriel says no. So the essence of this story is simple. If you are rich, be generous. And the reason I say that is because just like the rich man was mistreating Lazarus, not even helping him, and Lazarus was suffering, if you are rich and you are not generous and you are not mindful of the less fortunate, then your fate will be worse. Because even in the good book it says that it's easy for a camel to pass through the eye of a needle than a rich man to enter heaven. You see, it's very difficult. That's impossible. So if you're a rich man, you're supposed to be generous, to care about society, to uplift your brothers and sisters. But if you think that this wealth, you're going to stay with it forever, it can't. I've seen rich people, they die, and then the wealth they have left, the one who inherit them, they waste the wealth, they sell off everything, they enter into drugs, they become drunkards, they become, if they are ladies, they become prostitutes, and these were children of rich people. Because their parents were very selfish and also very greedy. So the bad curse goes to the children. That's why you find a rich man has so much wealth, but is never happy. Because he always thinks that someone wants to kill him to get the wealth. But a man who lives a simple life, the only thing he needs to worry about is where you get the food and where you will sleep. Two things, food and bed and shelter. But the rich man has to think who will steal his money, who is trying to con him, who is trying to do whatever they are trying to do. But if they are generous and caring for the society, they will never have such things. That's why this video is saying, the rich and selfish man. A man who is rich and selfish, his ways are limited. Because once he dies, it will just be suffering. And even the people who inherit him cannot do anything with the wealth. Because first of all, the wealth will blind them. They'll become selfish and proud. They'll start doing bad things, misusing the wealth. But if they are generous and caring, they develop wisdom. They will add on what was left. But if they are selfish and greedy, they will only think about maintaining that wealth and eating it themselves. And in the process, they destroy the wealth. They add not even a cent. Because they have been taught bad virtues of selfishness, greed, mistreating their fellow humans. So if you are a rich man, be generous. And if you are a young man who is listening to me, work hard. Have discipline. Help where you can. If you get a person and you have a full loaf, give him a half. If you get someone who needs help and people are contributing, they are fundraising, give whatever you can. Because the more you are generous, the more the universe will return. What you give is returned to you times 10. If you give selfishness, you will receive selfishness to you times 10. So be generous, be honest. Don't be like that rich, selfish man who ended up in hell, and even his descendants suffered because he had thought that life is only about being selfish. Life is about being generous and helping those in need as you grow. Because as you help others, they will also help you. As you give to others, the more you also add more. That's how the life is. So this is the Professor Dor Show. If you are listening to me, don't be generous and selfish. Don't be selfish. Don't be greedy and selfish. Be generous. So if you are listening to me, be generous. Don't be greedy and selfish, but be generous and kind. That's how I should end it. So if you are like what I've been saying, Send something small on the mobile number given, and have a blessed week. Don't worry about problems. Problems come, problems go. You just need to trust in God, and everything will be okay. Today you have, tomorrow you'll have. So I just want to say, Gwaheri ya kuonana, Gwaheri.